Hello, and welcome to 5 Minutes Fluentcast, the podcast that takes you to fluency. Here, you improve your English naturally, listening to real conversations about everyday life. Let's get started. Hey everyone, welcome back to 5 Minute Fluentcast. It's really good to have you here with us again. Today's episode is one of those topics that almost everyone has an opinion about, even people who have never tried it. We're talking about strength training. When people hear strength training, a lot of images come to mind. Heavy weights, loud gyms, intense workouts, people pushing their bodies to the limit. And because of that image, many people automatically think, that's not for me. They assume strength training is extreme, intimidating, or only for athletes. But the truth is very different. Strength training isn't about becoming someone else or changing who you are. It's about helping your body work the way it was designed to work. In this episode, we're going to talk about why strength training is so important for your body, how it affects your health far beyond muscles, and why building strength is one of the smartest long-term decisions you can make, physically, mentally, and emotionally.
Hi, everyone. I'm really excited about today's conversation. I love this topic because strength training is often treated like something optional, like a bonus if you're already healthy, when in reality, it's foundational. A lot of people immediately think about cardio when they think about health, running, walking, cycling, and those are great, but strength is what supports everything else. It supports posture, balance, movement, independence, and even confidence in your own body. And the best part is, you don't need to lift heavy weights or train aggressively to get these benefits. You just need to train consistently in a way that respects your body.
To really understand why strength training matters, we need to look at how the human body was designed in the first place. At a very basic level, our bodies evolved to move against resistance. For most of human history, daily life required lifting, carrying, pushing, pulling, squatting, climbing, and stabilizing ourselves constantly. This wasn't exercise, it was survival. The body adapted to that reality by becoming strong, resilient, and capable. But modern life removed most of that resistance. We sit more, lift less, and rely on machines to do physical work for us. And when resistance disappears, the body slowly adapts in the opposite direction.
And that adaptation often shows up as pain, stiffness, or weakness. People think something is wrong with their body, when in many cases the body is simply undertrained. Muscle isn't just about movement or appearance. Muscle protects joints, stabilizes the spine, supports posture, and absorbs stress. When muscle mass decreases, the body becomes more fragile. Simple movements start requiring more effort, and the risk of injury increases. Not because the body is broken, but because it hasn't been prepared.
One of the most important reasons to talk about strength training is aging. Starting around our 30s, we naturally begin losing muscle mass if we don't actively train it. This process is slow and gradual, so most people don't notice it happening. Years go by, and suddenly everyday tasks feel harder. Standing up, carrying groceries, climbing stairs, things that once felt automatic now require effort.
And that's when people assume aging itself is the problem. But in many cases, the real issue is muscle loss. Strength training doesn't stop aging, but it dramatically slows functional decline. It allows people to stay independent, confident, and capable for much longer. This isn't about living longer at any cost. It's about living better for longer.
Another benefit that doesn't get enough attention is what strength training does for the brain. Most people associate mental benefits with meditation or cardio, but strength training plays a huge role too.
Absolutely. When you train with resistance, you're not just training muscles, you're training your nervous system. Strength training improves the communication between your brain and your body. That leads to better coordination, balance, and body awareness. It also increases neurotransmitters related to mood, motivation, and focus. That's why many people feel mentally clearer and emotionally stronger after a strength workout.
It also helps with stress and anxiety. Strength training teaches your body how to experience stress in a controlled environment and then recover from it. Over time, this builds resilience. You become less reactive, both physically and emotionally. There's also a huge misunderstanding about metabolism. Many people think exercise is only about burning calories during the workout, but strength training works differently. Muscle tissue is metabolically active, which means it burns energy even when you're resting. So when you build muscle, you're not just changing how your body looks, you're changing how it functions throughout the entire day.
That's why strength training supports long-term health and weight management much better than short-term calorie burning. It builds a body that works more efficiently, not one that depends on constant effort.
I also think strength training changes how people see themselves. When you get stronger, even gradually, you start trusting your body more. Yes, you feel safer moving, lifting, and interacting with the world. That sense of capability builds confidence, not just physically, but emotionally too. Strength training isn't about competition or domination. It's about self-trust. A lot of people avoid strength training because of fear. Fear of injury, fear of doing it wrong, fear of getting bulky. But most injuries come from weak, untrained bodies, not from structured, progressive strength training.
And getting bulky requires very specific training and nutrition. It doesn't happen by accident. Strength training can be gentle, adaptable, and safe for anybody.
So strength training isn't about aesthetics. It's about function, resilience, and quality of life. It helps your body move better, feel safer, recover faster, and age more gracefully.
It's not about pushing harder every day. It's about building a body that supports you instead of limiting you.
If you want to start, keep it simple. 2 or 3 sessions per week are enough.
You don't need fancy equipment or long workouts. Start with body weight exercises, light weights, or resistance bands. Focus on consistency, not intensity. Strength is built slowly, and that's exactly how it should be.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Fluentcast.
We hope this helped you see strength training as something supportive, not intimidating.
Remember, strength is not about appearance, it's about capability.
We'll see you in the next episode.
Take care.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Fluentcast.
If you enjoyed this conversation and learned something new,
Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.
we post new episodes with real English and real ideas about life.
You can also download the PDF with the full transcript of this episode. The link is in the description below.
And here's an important tip. Try listening to this same episode every day for 1 week.
Repetition helps you understand more deeply, notice new expressions, and improve your listening skills.
This is how real learning happens, naturally and step by step.
See you next time.
Bye.